Hello, everybody. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, I'll say. If you've just joined us for today's stream, welcome. It's this wonderful day. Oof. Hope you guys are feeling really good, hyped and pumped as usual. The awesome audience that you guys are all the time. Definitely enjoy having you guys around. Oh, yay, Stefan. Yes, let's go. Let's get rumble. Let's rumble. Let's go, young man. Right, so focus, Stefan, focus on your race. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this beautiful league that we have here from Acoria Gaming Esport League. We are here on the Canadian beautiful track, tricky track, full of twists and turns, only having just two long straights so far. But other than that, it's a beautiful track that we have right here.
Virgo needs to...
Unready. Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, most probably that will sort itself out in a way. Yeah, it's been one beautiful evening that we've been having here. Sorry for the delay on the start of the stream. We just had a bit of an issue with the Steam servers going offline all over the world, but they're now back, and we're all back here ready to rumble. But yeah, boy, I'm just so hyped. I'm super hyped here today. I just want to get it going. I really want to get it cracking out here. But ladies and gentlemen, let's see how things turn out today. That race was something else. Yes, the tier 1 race, ladies and gentlemen. It was definitely something else. It was one heck of an action-packed race. If you guys missed out on that, just make sure you don't miss out on it next week when you try it out once again. But it was an action-packed race there. Yes, TJ, I definitely loved it. I loved it, and the audience loved the hell out of it, to say. And yeah, it's just full of excitement in every corner. The same thing that's going to be happening here with the tier 2 guys is that we're going to be getting an exciting race once again. And oh boy, I can't wait for this to start on. As with these ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting just now with the qualifying lap. So they will be having an 18-minute qualifying lap first, followed by a 25% race. So the qualifying session has just started right now. So I'll get you guys straight into it as we now join in to this beautiful quali session that they're going to be having. So let's see what kind of drivers and which drivers have decided to go out there early, or are some drivers just going to chill out a bit during this 18 minutes before going out for a quali session. Right, so here we are. They have, looks like they have a really bright, sunny qualifying day compared to the tier 1 guys where they had a gloomy qualifier. So this is gonna definitely work out to most of these drivers, as they'll get maximum traction on the track. As you can see right here, we've got a few drivers out there already on their out laps, preparing for their quali lap. So they're just now getting their tires nice and toasted. We could see the McLaren of Paradox just going out of the way from the other guys, trying to avoid being a bit of an issue throughout the quali session. But you can see right there, King Alpha trying a sneaky one there, trying to use Prince KB's toe when he's going to start his quali lap. So let's actually get on board with Prince KB right as he's about to start his quali lap. Goes past the start finish and takes the first left-hander. Keeps it in a higher gear, keeping the car intact. No drama whatsoever going out of that corner, getting into those higher gears to avoid any wheel spin coming out of the exit, and carrying out a lot of speed on the third and fourth corners, which is the right left-hander right there. And takes the fifth corner, goes out a little wide, keeps it still in control, backing off from that after having a bit of a mistake there. So let's see how now King Alpha fares out on his qualifying lap. As you can see right there, we've got Paradox right behind King Alpha. Paradox using some of that slipstream from King Alpha to give him a bit of an edge while he's traveling right behind him, to give him that good quali session. So let's see how this is going to work out for King Alpha and Paradox, who are now going through the last stretch, the last DRS zone before the pit entry and before the last two corners. Right there in the far distance, we can see, ooh, Paradox gives us a real good time there. Oh, that's Paradox's teammate. It's Lucius. Ooh, King Alpha destroys his front wing out of the exits of the last corner, and having to go. Oof, he's gonna definitely have to go back into the pits for that one right there. As we can see, the times are now rolling in, and we have drivers right we are on board with Prince KB going out for another lap once again to try and qualify at a higher position as he now cruises through the first sector. He takes a purple in the first sector, but we can see right there Betty setting the first time, which is a 1:11.1. The second place position is held by Paradox, just only 0.2 of a second behind Paradox, and Druas taking that's going to be quite a heartbreaking moment right there for the Racing Point driver, which is Griever. As you can see right here, we have Prince KB going through the last DRS zone before the start finish straight as he goes through the last few corners. Jeez, that's quite a fast, good angle going through those apex. Takes pole position on his lap right there, his flying lap. I'm sure he can still give it in, giving a little bit more of a cracker session right there, but he takes provisional pole right now with a 109.8. so let's see how this works. This is going to work out for some of these other guys as we now get into it once again. Right, so let's roll down the field and let's have a look at drivers who are actually currently out there. We got Wolf on his flying lap right here, just cracking it out. Doesn't go into DRS quite early, but gets himself a 7th place position. And so far, I think that will be a good position for him. And he's rocking out there with a set of medium compound tires in hopes of if the start of the race goes a little bit sideways, he'll be able to get that advantage of that medium set. So Druas is currently, Druas has now moved up into 2nd place position, but improved on his time there from 1:11s to 1:10s. So definitely we're seeing a lot of potential coming from these guys out here, and you can see how the times are so close, tight together, especially the middle pack of this beautiful grid. So here we are, we've got Quentin Berry now in the Mercedes, rocking it out, goes straight into the pits, decides to maybe just have a few things checked out maybe, but we got Alicia there in 10th place, who will be coming out just now actually, as we are now going to be getting on board with her. And you can see there Microstatic has just joined in, and we're definitely rocking out here. We definitely are having an awesome time, 100%. So we only have that's gonna cost Alicia a bit of time there by going out wide for Sushi and hitting that wall there. Hopefully she'll be able to recover from that, and hopefully she doesn't have any damage on her front wing. She definitely does have, so she's most probably going to have to go back into the pits once again. But we have Griever right now, who just completed his outlap, and hopefully his tires will be nice and toasty as he's now started his qualifying lap. Gets into 2nd gear, taking that long right-hander, and now headed towards us medium speed right left-hander, going through the chicanes. Not a lot of drama. It doesn't carry out a lot of speed going out on the exit. Hopefully it would have went out a bit there. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Definitely am in the Acoria Discord right now in the lounge channels. You can join me. Yeah, you can join me in there. Microstatic. I am currently in the lounge channel. So here we go. We will be having Microstatic join us today in the commentary for this tier 2 race, and then we're still on board with Griever. He's managed to get himself a purple in the middle sector. Purple pretty much means that the guy has gone a whole lot faster than anyone else in that sector, as he's now going through the last 2 corners. Manages to a real hot entry and almost going straight, having to lift, almost hitting that exit barrier. But here we go, he scores himself a 4th place position after that, and you can see Wolf has went out again with those set of medium compound tires, taking 2nd place position, and he's definitely rocking it out quite hard and well for himself. That's a blistering time coming from Wolf. So let's cruise down here. Let's cruise down the field as we now got Sushi, who's currently on his flying lap. He's definitely, hopefully, going to be able to get himself a real good position as he's now going to be completing his lap. Will he be able to get himself into... Oh, takes 2nd place position right there. And we still have a race leader in provisional pole, which is... Ooh, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a bit of a technical issue right there. Let's go. Quentin Berry coming from Andre.
Mr. Rigo, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I was about to inbox you to say you're muted as I was checking.
No, I was. Yes. No, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I was facing some technical issues, so I wanted to sort them before I joined.
Oh, no, that's pretty cool. Steam having a wild one out there today, hey?
Very much so. Very much so.
I wouldn't wish to be any of those technical guys there at Steam, but thanks God they got it back up and running within 10 minutes.
Yes, and we've got some good qualifying going on. Very good laps that are being posted right now.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah. So we currently have Prince KB sitting in provisional pole, only 2/10 in front of Sushi. So Sushi might go out again for another lap if he wants to get that pole position, or he's gonna maybe decide he's gonna, just try out his luck during the race. Just not to dust those medium compound tires too much.
Yeah, I was looking at that lap as I joined. What a monster lap. Very close to the pole sitters lap. And just mind you, that is not even far off from a tier 1 time. So really fast driving from them there.
Right, so we've got King Alpha right here. One of the guys he has not set his time yet. And let's actually just get on board with them and just have a look and see how...
He's got some wing damage. I don't think he's going to be able to post the time.
Ooh. Okay, well, he still does have like 6 minutes to go, so that's he can still go back into the pit and do a quick change. And also Alicia, unfortunately, just getting out of the pit, having to get out of the way from one of the other drivers. She just punted straight into the wall and having to go back into the pit after coming out. So hopefully we will see her go out once again. Ooh, oh. Okay, King Alpha deciding to carry on with the broken wing to set it out.
Interesting.
I thought he would actually go straight into the pit, but that time is definitely not going to do it for him. He's one driver who's got a lot of oomph to say, and let's have a look and see how.
We've got an update that I didn't actually realize. Baby puts himself into P3 with an incredible lap. Incredible scenes.
Jeez, that's so we're looking at that top 5 position is looking super tight right there, as the guys are just separated by almost a few tenths of a second or hundreds of a seconds of each other.
So we've got 5 minutes remaining. It is looking like everybody will have to be starting on the soft, besides obviously the people outside the top 10 who have the choice, but it looks like the soft tire is the way to go for the start of the race.
Yeah, look, you know, considering that this is tier 2, I would say the mediums is the way to go. You know, in case if you just you know, get lucky with a bit of a safety car and you just move up the positioning without having to struggle so much. But we can see right here, Griever's setting out for he's setting himself up for another lap once again, and he's just completed his out lap. He's going to be starting his qualifying lap once again, and let's see how he's going to fare out with times that he has to beat. I mean, I feel like he's one driver is going to be able to make it up into that top 3 positions, but hey, I might be mistaken. I'm just taking a wild guess. I'm being a little bit optimistic. I haven't really yet seen him in the top 3 positions so far. So let's get on board with Griever right here as goes through the first DRS zone, which heads out underneath the bridge, going towards that high-speed right, and just a quick flick in 4th gear, and manages to stay right on point with the racing line and getting a real clean exit coming out of it. Ooh, whoa, whoa.
He's been incredibly smooth while the pole sitter extends his advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say, geez, he's just giving it out there, getting out there, just giving it one more crack to make sure that the guys don't take that provisional pole away from him, as we are now 4 minutes left into the session. And here we
This
go.
is definitely a good lap from Griever. This
Yeah.
has been brilliant.
Oh no, it's a brilliant lap. I mean, the way he took that middle sector, which is sector 2, ooh, gets him right up there in 6th position. I'm sure he can do a little bit better than that, especially on the first sector, which he's lost. Seems to have lost a little bit of time there.
Yeah, I think he kept it very smooth, but he wasn't necessarily using it all the way to the limit. I think he was rather concerning getting a lap time in that's safe, which is a very good move considering it's a very good position to be in.
Yeah, and you know, like when it comes to this track, it's gonna keep everybody quite close by because it's got so many corners. It's just a matter of, you know, how well you go with going into. Oh, Grant, this is rather slow. What happened, Grant? What happened, Grant? But just pardon me, I was just looking at the chest there.
No problem.
Yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? No, well, this track just you know, just a bit of a happy car there from Griever, but this track just you know, just allows guys to race a little bit closer purely because of so many corners that you have to be involved in. You know, some people who are just not really great at going through corners, you know, they'll suffer quite a lot, but for those guys who are really good with corners, they'll, you know, they get that real good advantage over the guys who are really good at getting those cars set up for high-speed straights or high-speed cornering.
Yes.
But you know what? It's anyone's game right now. Anyone can just come out there and just you know, make a few good moves. But we can see that Nisha's coming back into the pits once again.
I just want to let you know, Quentin Berry is on a flyer at the moment. It's not looking too bad.
He's actually one of the drivers that I feel like he can actually get into the top 3 positions. I mean, I've seen the way he drives. He just it's just a smooth operator in general.
Yeah.
G-Funk just retired from the session.
Yeah, Grant's not enjoying the track, and a lot of us aren't either from Tier 1.
Yeah, I noticed in Tier 1 he also retired there. King Alpha just also bends it and retires from the session, as we currently have 1 minute 30 seconds to go of this quali session. We still have Prince KB in provisional pole, just rocking it out there, and now we have Quentin going through the last 2 corners.
He messed up the wall of champions, and unfortunately he lost a bit of time in sector 1. That isn't going to be an improvement. Traffic, as well as just the car not seemingly being underneath him, just didn't get him a better lap time there. But I think he's going off for another one. I might be mistaken.
Well, he is using his ear. Let me just have a look here. Yeah, he is using his ERS.
And he's definitely faster on this one.
Yeah, so let's actually have a look and see. Let's just get on board. Stays in the dirty side of the track on the exit. Quite interesting.
I'm quite surprised that the leaders are all just staying in the pits. I think they're all content with their times here. The rear tires are definitely screaming on Quinton's car. He's having a little bit of oversteer, but he's managing it beautifully. Brilliant braking there. Missed the apex a little bit, but can still capitalize there as long as he gets the exit, which he does. He's about 2/10 up from his previous attempt, so this should be an improvement.
Oh yeah, definitely should be, as I can see right here. Yes, this man is flying through. Let's see how he does on the last two corners right here. Takes the high speed right.
Well done.
Oh, clean, eh? Hits it.
You wanted to make sure he didn't. Yeah, he wanted to make sure he didn't cut the corners there, but still somehow not getting the lap time.
He's losing time somewhere. He is definitely losing time somewhere. I have a feeling it's maybe that middle sector where it's actually killing him the most.
Possibly, but the number of laps that he's doing, I'm also suspicious about his fuel load. Perhaps he put in a bit too much for the car to actually bring out its maximum potential. But now he's doing it again, one last time, and he's 3/10 up on this sector. So at the moment, the only drivers that are capable of improving are Griever and Quinton Berry. What's your money on, Rigo? Who's gonna take their times higher?
I think Quinton Berry. He just literally sets the fastest time in the middle sector. Like I literally took a glance at that and I just saw what happened. But he's running out of ERS, so he's not gonna have like the greatest of straight line speed going towards this, the pit straight. But let's hope he's gonna be able to get a few.
He's done that much better though. Bit of oversteer, but he did that much better. Did he capitalize?
Gets into the
yes, he has.
Nice. Gets himself.
And Griever.
Oh boy, this oak. Jeez, man.
So both drivers thankfully improving by about 2 positions each. Brilliant stuff.
Oh, this is this is going to be quite an interesting one right here. I know Sushi and Griever are quite Sushi, Griever, and Baby. Not so much on Paradox, but I know those 3 drivers that I've just mentioned. They just they're a bit of they quite rough around the edges when it comes to racing. They sort of just put it in a simple way. They are quite aggressive when they're racing. So we might see a few incidents that might come up from those drivers initially most probably on the first few laps, but hopefully that does not happen.
We don't hope for it, but we do anticipate it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our qualifying session as we currently have our racing first place. Pardon me, I'm just losing my brains here. Wow. All right. So, in pole position for this quali lap, we have Prince KB, followed by Wolf in second, Sushi taking third, Griever in 4th place position. Ooh, coming out of nowhere from Griever, Baby taking 5th place position, Paradox just getting in there with 6th place position, Lucius. A little bit shocked with Lucius. He should have been up there, but he's in 7th place position, followed by Druis in 8th place, 9th place Quinton, 10th place D2A, and Stefan 11th place, G-Funk 12th place, Skexy in 13th place. But yeah, look, this is going to be one heck of a beautiful race here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready to rumble, because the amount of energy that we have here from the drivers is going to be quite insane, especially on the starting few laps when every other driver is going to be sprinting out to try and make up some placing. Yeah, I don't know.
I must say, Sushi has thrown a spanner in the works. That qualifying lap was on the mediums, so he starts on the mediums. So not only does it show that he's got the strategy advantage compared to everybody else, but he's also fast, given that he did that on the mediums. So this should be quite exciting.
This is going to give everybody a bit of a headache during this race.
Let's see. We've got 5 seconds to go as the drivers sort out their strategies and their fuel.
Right, so now the light's about to go out. Let's see who's going to be able to get a real good launch out of the starts. Right there we see, Prince KB gets a real good start, manages to just close off the Alpha, but then we've got an Alpha Tari just decides to creep right through. We've seen the Paradox making a few places there from the start, side by side of the Williams and the Racing Point, and goes through. A bit of a
big incidents there.
And that racing point is now lost the wing. That's definitely going to cost Griever a lot of time throughout the race, but it doesn't seem like it did. It might have been another driver because it looks
No,
like
it must have been somebody else. His wing is just fine by the looks of it.
Yeah, so it looks like it could have been another driver. Quentin Berry managed to make up, stay in the same position it looks. But it looks like so far the whole entire grid has had a fairly decent start. But we see side by side Quentin Berry and Lucius. Lucius making a move on Quentin Berry. Quentin Berry coming right.
He's gonna bring it back though. Incredible switchback, however. Oh,
that's a real
that's
good
racing
one right there. Blocks Lucius from getting a real good exit, and he manages to get away with that. But then that's gonna leave Lucius in the hands of G-Funk, who's chasing him down, and the Ferrari also trying to make a move on G-Funk, going through towards the last two corners, and the Ferrari still right on top of G-Funk in the Hazard. That's Stefan in the Ferrari. Jeez, this guy is quite racy out there, I must say.
Yeah, the battle for 8th place, 7th place rather, is really quite something. These drivers are really going for it. I just want to mention that Sushi had a monster start and is somehow keeping up with the race leader on the slower tire, so we better look out for him as well. And Baby is also challenging for 3rd place in the Williams too.
Oof. You see, there we go. So as you can see right there, Wolf is was Wolf in 3rd place position when he started off, right?
He started in 2nd actually and got jumped by the AlphaTauri, who had a brilliant start. So Sushi took that place from him.
Oh yes, definitely. So hopefully Wolf will be able to get a bit of a good pace out of his car.
I don't think he will, because he's got some left wing damage, unfortunately. The end plate is gone, and I think that's why he's losing out to the Williams of Baby at the moment, and the entire pack is catching up close by behind.
So Maswali is just anticipating or hoping to get a bit of... we see one driver go straight into the pits. That's definitely...
That is Wolf.
Wolf goes into the pits, but we've got Paradox losing his wing on the exit of the last corner, just clipping that barrier.
The Wall of Champions is not the friendliest ball on the planet, as we all know, and unfortunately he is a victim of the understeer at the chicane.
Oh, shame, man. That's going to be quite rough for him, as he's going to try and work himself up throughout the grid, but he's going to be losing out on a lot of pace with that kind of damage on his car.
Fortunately, though, what we've seen is that if you've got a decent exit on the areas with the straight line, you can keep yourself ahead. It's just a matter of keeping the car underneath you during the squiggly bits.
Right, so coming back right up to the race leader. Race leader still up there, comfortably leading.
Brilliantly so.
Yeah, definitely not losing any time or whatsoever. Well, not too much time to say to Sushi. Sushi managing to stay right there. And Sushi loses 2/10. 3/10. What's wrong with Sushi as he's losing so much speed?
I would anticipate that the exit had something to do with that, because the mediums, obviously being a slower tire, Prince is just gunning for it, and you can't do the same thing back there, so you do lose those vital kilometers an hour. But it's still frightening to see that at the beginning of this lap, the gap is now 2 seconds. So I think Sushi might not be having the car underneath him, or Prince KB is just that quick right now.
Yeah, I feel like Prince KB now has got into a real good rhythm right there to get going. As you can see, Sushi is definitely falling on each and every corner. He's losing just 1/10 and managing to make up a bit of time there in that exit. But let's have a look and see now. Baby's under a little bit of pressure here from Paradox. Paradox, if I'm not mistaken, is the driver with the no end plate on the right hand side of his car, but he's still managing to put up the pressure.
My apologies, we've had a collision in the middle sector as Quentin Berry is spun by Lucius in the braking zone.
Oh, that's going to be just so annoying for Quentin Berry now. After working so hard to stay into the real points position, he's now tumbled down all the way to 10th place. And okay, well, apparently I'm on the track also in the Red Bull.
That's interesting. I actually didn't even notice that. Are you racing right now and commentating? Fair play. I must say, though, this battle for 6th place, which Quentin Berry was a part of, is probably the juiciest one on the track right now. 4 cars gunning for that position held by Lucius. And even G-Funk with wing damage is still in contention for it.
As you can see right there, G-Funk is just putting a lot of pressure on that McLaren, and McLaren seems to be struggling when it comes to entries, and it looks like G-Funk having to back off a bit.
Oh!
Ooh, what a dive coming from Stefan!
Oh,
Stefan
that
loses
was
control.
that was not even remotely a smart send. That was too desperate, and as a result, it's caused considerable damage to Lucius. G-Funk somehow managed to escape it, but yeah, that was just a really ambitious send that was not even remotely worth it.
Gee whiz. Oh, we got a switcheroo here between Paradox and Baby. Baby losing his position to Paradox. Paradox still has that broken wing, and he's now got the DRS going towards the pit entry. Paradox as just see, he's flying with that broken wing. It's not like he's feeling it or anything like that.
Yeah, he's racing amazingly.
Yeah, he's keeping that car in real good shape as he's now chasing. He's chasing Sushi most probably, or just trying to make up some time. Oof, Prince KB.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, sorry. My apologies.
Oh, no, go for it.
I was just going to say that not only does Baby have a moment while Prince KB gets that 3-second penalty for corner cutting, which is going to cost him in the race against Sushi, but I think Baby is struggling on his tires. That's why he lost the position, and he's having even more moments behind Paradox.
Oh, yeah. So as we're looking at it right now, it's like the 6th lap. These tires will be falling off by this time.
The pit window is open as well.
Yeah, so these guys should be starting to go straight into the pit. It looks like the tires must have caught him off guard, and unfortunately, hopefully he'll be able to pit now. Ooh, goes out super wide on that entry, misses the braking point coming from Baby there, almost rear-ending Paradox, but at least he managed to miss him. But yeah, we can see right here Skexy now in his AlphaTauri chasing down the house of G-Funk. This is going to be quite interesting.
And G-Funk still has the wing damage, doesn't he? This is going to be interesting.
It's definitely super interesting, as you can see right here. Skexy is just trying his utmost best. Ooh, a real good exit coming from G-Funk without any problems going out of that exit, considering that he's actually got that wing damage.
Oh, but then he locks it into turn 1 after some really great gains as the race leader comes out in front of them.
Oh, I'm sure G-Funk had to back off the throttle there as he went through that, as the race leader jumped straight in front of him.
Now, Prince KB's got a job on his hands. Obviously, the cars in front of him are going to stop, but Sushi is now in clean air. KB needs to pump out the laps and not get pressurized by these guys behind who are going to get DRS on him in order to get the lead of this race back from Sushi, who's going to be on the faster tire at the end.
Ooh, there we go! G-Funk loses the rear end of his car, almost hitting the barrier once again. Still keeps the car intact, recovers nicely, and
but his wing is toast, and now he's in trouble.
Oh, definitely big troubles right now. Skexky also struggling to get a good exit there, losing out a bit of time on the straight. Only just gets the DRS and slipstream just to keep him intact with G-Funk. Oh.
Does G-Funk dive straight in? No, he continues. I must say, big respect to G-Funk for keeping it on the tarmac, because I had the same incident in Tier 1 and I did not finish as a result of it. So fair credit. Yeah. However, there is a fight going on in 8th and 9th place between Alicia and Wolf, which is quite entertaining.
Alicia's got a softer, he's got a fresher pair of tires. Oh no, older pair of tires, and then we have Wolf up in front of a set of hard compound tires. No.
Interesting choice from him. He can go to the end with them, but they are going to be slow.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna most probably hand it out to Alicia if he does not pick up his pace right now. But looks like Alicia's managing to stay close up with Wolf so far. Skexky is really getting close to G-Funk. This time, will Skexky... Oh, he locks up going into the corner. Will Skexky be able to make a move on G-Funk on this last straight on the track? Now gets the DRS. He's got a little bit of ERS coming from... G-Funk has got a little bit of ERS, but Skexky's got so much ERS and he still does not use it. Just stays...
He can set it up for the next one though, but he understeers, messes up the chicane. You need to be patient when it comes to these two straights. Set it up using the first one, then do it in the second. But unfortunately, he's losing it.
Oh, it looks like he's a little bit shaken up as he's now just cutting in a little bit too deep into the corners. Hopefully he'll be able to fight back once again. It's quite interesting that Skekski's got a bit of pace, but he's still not using a lot of his ERS. He uses it in the middle sector, it looks.
Yeah, and also I must notice that point out that the penalties are raining down. Only about 5 drivers do not have 3 seconds on their names. This track is very ruthless when it comes to track limits, and that's going to be a factor later on. However, I must also point out that Sushi is in a bit of trouble. He still has to pit. The gap is too small, and Prince KB will jump him, and the gap is getting even smaller. It was 11 seconds when I started speaking.
Oh boy, this is going to be quite interesting. So coming from the comments on YouTube right here, Getty says Sushi was planning to do an overcut on, pardon me, yeah, it's actually an undercut to say, on Prince KB, and it looks like that whole entire decision is now not gonna fall through for him, as the times are now just getting closer and closer between the two drivers.
Now, however, Prince KB's got a bit of traffic. Blue flags and ghosting should not make it too much of a problem, but in the dirty air, it can kill lap times. I say that, but he's still dropping tenths on Sushi, who's in front of him, and he still can go all the way to the end of the race, whereas Sushi still has to pit. So I think the medium tire strategy, as well as Prince KB's general pace, is doing him a good favor here.
G-Funk loses the position from Skekski right here, and
brilliant move.
Brilliant move. G-Funk just went out super wide on the exit. I think he was about to lose the rear end of the car. Decided to just let off the throttle and just get the car back into control. So now question is G-Funk going to be able to fight back for that position from Skekski? Skekski seems like he's got a bit more pace than G-Funk, but G-Funk,
and he certainly has more ERS.
Oh yeah, oh, actually uses the ERS on the exit, which allowed him to pull up more time on G-Funk. Oh, yes. There we go. There we go. Now the Citruna has happened between the race between Prince KB and Sushi. Sushi's now just came out with a set of soft compound tires, but now Skekski is right there, getting into the first corner. Hopefully Skekski is going to be able to push hard enough to be part of this action. But Sushi and Skekski are in the same team, and we see G-Funk rolling down. Oh, G-Funk is now went straight into the pits.
Yes, he's pitted quite. Yeah, he had to fix that wing damage. I think his car was way too undrivable.
Yeah, well, and also he hadn't done an actual
pit stop yet. Okay.
So that was his first pit stop.
Credit to him for driving with half a car, much like Max Verstappen this past weekend.
Oh, what an insane race we saw this past weekend, I must say.
Yes, quite something. Now, I have noticed something that Sushi is not only on the faster tire, he's pumping the laps. 5-second gap with 7 laps remaining. It's a lot of work to do, but it might be possible. And especially since Prince KB is on the slower tire. So
now, question is Sushi capable of outpacing Prince KB on his lap times? So
5 tenths just went there, so it might be possible.
Oof. Hopefully Prince KB will have enough tire to actually defend. Ooh, we're seeing a movie here being made by Bruce on Alicia.
Big Wolf. Yes, lots of action in the midfield. There's a Wolf has overtaken Paradox, and Alicia and Druas fighting it up, but Alicia's gone into the pits. I don't know if there was some damage sustained during that fight. Oh no, this is her first pit stop, I assume.
Yeah, it is her first pit stop, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but that's quite a late one, I must say. Most probably she was hoping that there would be a safety car, and
perhaps.
Oh, somebody there. We got one of our viewers right here.
Oh, 7th place.
God, Paradox going side by side with Wolf. Wolf still manages to stay up front. Oh, word. Paradox backing off, and now Paradox has got a better exit, and he's going to be able to make a move on Wolf. Wolf is now side by side with Paradox, going straight towards into the corner. Will Wolf be able to make... Ooh, Paradox goes out wide. Wolf stays right in the inside. He has to do that. He has to defend himself and protect himself because he knows Wolf is on the inside, but he's made the move stick, and with DRS, he's just going to sail into the distance. Oh, The only thing that Wolf needs to do is just to utilize whatever ERS he has left, which he does not have much of it. Will Wolf be able to make a move right back at Paradox? Ooh, Paradox gets
I don't think
another.
so because it's on the slower tire, sadly.
That's quite interesting.
Oh! Pit exit, we've got some action as Skeksis finds himself right in front of G-Funk and behind Paradox on the faster tire. This is going to be a fight to watch as, unfortunately, Wolf gets some wing damage there. I think his hard tires have gone off after 10 laps.
Yeah, it's trying. This is, with those hard compound tires, as soon as they've done so many laps, it now becomes that struggle of trying to keep the car under control. You can see now Skekski's putting a lot of pressure on Paradox. He might become a little bit impatient, as we can see now. He's using a lot of ERS. Definitely shows that he's quite impatient. He's trying to make a move immediately before he gets Wolf right on top of him once again. And we just had the fastest time being posted by one of our drivers right there, which is Sushi, doing a 1:11.5. Oof,
with only 2.9 seconds in the gap between him and the race leader. He's cut the gap in half the laps. It looks like it might be possible.
Yeah, so...
Oh dear, G-Funk has an enormous moment on the start-finish straight and absolutely bends the car, and we do get the safety car. Wall of Champions was not friendly.
As we get a comment about the safety car that will help Sushi on YouTube right now, it literally just happens. Like literally.
What about that timing?
The timing. Before you said that, I was reading the comments. I'm like, okay, cool. I turned my head around and then safety car. Oh, yes.
Also, I want to point out the fact that you're currently in between the two cars.
Oh, wow. Jeez, my
Now, the question is the mind games. Who does what here?
Oh, boy.
Is Prince KB going to pit because he knows the tires are old? He's not going to be able to maintain it. And he's got a big enough gap between himself and Baby to pit.
Yeah, I
so
think,
is he going to do it?
I think if he just pits right now, it'll help him.
And he has done. And he has done.
Goes for it. This should be able to hold the other guys back. He should be able to actually get up right in front of Baby. Come on.
Well, we say that. We're not too sure. Oh, Baby pits, so it doesn't even matter regardless.
Oh.
Looks like Prince KB has got... Oh, but he's served his penalty now, which has cost him a bit of time. But nobody's going to overtake him, so that might have been the smartest move. Not only because he's cleared his penalty, but he's got the fresher, soft tire behind Sushi. This is going to be an interesting fight to the finish.
So there we go. We got an AlphaTauri. Oh, so it's not an AlphaTauri, it's Paradox. Just
in the McLaren.
The McLaren almost just managing to take the position away, but unfortunately for him, Prince KB just manages to get out in front. But now it looks like Prince KB has a 6-second penalty compared to Sushi.
Oh.
So
that's interesting.
That's interesting. What penalty was he serving? Jeez.
He must have served something else then, perhaps 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. I have no idea.
Actually, he might have gotten a 5-second penalty, but then he got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits.
Perhaps that is also possible. The 6 seconds might also be an accumulation of corner cutting. Like we've said, the penalties were raining down here.
Yeah, just everybody getting a penalty except for my AI driver out there. And Lucius.
Keeping it on the track.
Yeah.
Lucius has not had a fun race. 2 laps. No, actually, the lap before the safety car came out, he had a spin in the final sector, and I think the car's just not working for him at all at this point in time.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, as we're sitting right now behind the safety car, look, I think they're only going to just do 2 laps, eh? Behind the safety car, we've got Sushi, who's currently our race leader, followed by Prince KB and in 2nd place position, Paradox in 3rd place, Skekski in 4th. Skekski has got an 8-second penalty. It looks like Prince KB might have to settle for 3rd place position if he's gonna try bring it all the way back home on the last 2 laps. But let's see how that's gonna work out. Oh, 1 lap.
Just a correction, Rigo. We've got 3 laps, assuming... Wait, is this lap 16 at the moment that they're
16.
on?
Yeah, 16.
Okay, then my apologies. My telemetry was not reflecting that. Then yes, we will only have 2 laps.
Yes.
If that's the case, I would suggest that Prince KB full sends. He's got the fresher tire, and that soft tire only lasts about 6 laps. Sushi's has done about 5 at the moment, albeit 2 of them were slow laps. So I think it is worth it to just go for it and try and build the gap. But we'll see.
Yeah, look, true, but to build a 3-second gap
In a lap, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to perform some real good magic, or if the people from the underground gang is looking after him quite well, might be able to get it right. But
Safety car is in this lap.
Oh boy! So it actually won't actually give him 2 laps. He'll have 2 laps then.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, that's interesting.
We've got some position swaps here going on. I'm not sure. I think there's been some collisions and people getting penalties as a result. Skeksis has got 13 seconds of penalties now.
Oof, that's gonna hurt him quite hard. He's been fighting quite well to get up to the position that he's at right now. And now we can see the race leader just backing everybody down, almost like
to a halt.
Wow, dude.
I think this is the wise move because he knows he can't let Prince KB get a good exit through the chicane with those fresh softs. So he's probably going to leave it until it's the latest, or he sees Prince KB sleeping behind him. Actually, he's relying on your AI, in fact, to make that decision. I've just realized.
You should be able to ghost right through it. But here we go.
He's gone. He's gone.
He sends it. But Prince KB is going to get that slipstream, though, going towards the first corner from the AI. Now, will Sushi be making any mistakes on this first 2 corners? As you can see, Prince KB getting himself really, really close to Sushi. Oh, just not getting the right exit coming out of there. But it looks like so far the rest of the field has managed to get a real good getaway. A few position changes might have happened that we did not spot. But definitely this is going to be one beautiful finishing 2 laps that we're going to get from these guys in the Tier 2 Acoria Racing League.
Yeah, I think Sushi's got it in the bag. He's absolutely nailed this first lap of the race, getting a decent gap outside DRS if we were going to get it. So I think it's in the bag. He just needs to hold himself together. We do have a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. A bunch of cars trying to fight through the midfield to get some positions, as well as the lag and the ghosting going on between Lucius, Quintonberry, King Alpha, and Griever. All 4 of them within about a half a second.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. So Prince KB took a dive on that long right-hander and managed to get 2 tenths out of Sushi. Now
he's on his tail. He's actually looking like he might pull this off. Now Sushi just needs to hold these old soft ties together. Oh wow, but it's unfortunately not going to hold there, but hopefully he can just nail the exits together and get himself into the position. Will it be worth it though? We'll have to wait and see. He definitely has P2 because of the penalties behind, as Griever must have had a moment and spun it in sector 1 and lost a whole ton of positions.
Oh, Prince KB loses the rear end of the
car.
Oh no!
No! That is so unfortunate on the final lap. I can relate. And he has to retire. All those points gone. That is a real shame considering how good the pace was looking just then. But we do have a last-minute fight between Wolf and D2A1, who are right on each other's gearboxes going into the hairpin. Is Wolf going to send it?
Oh, there we
Absolutely.
go. Oh, had a bit of a collision right there, backing off in the apex, losing out on a bit of exit speed there now. Oh.
That was brilliant defending from D2. He left the door open.
Oh, pardon me. Quintonberry made a move on Skekski, it looks. Or is it? Oh, pardon. That was Baby making a move on Skekski right there on the final 2 laps. Oh, that is such an unfortunate event that just happened right there. Grant, don't worry. You don't have a glitch on your side. I am in the game, but I did not choose spectator mode initially, so I exited and came back as a spectator.
And the car was still put into the track, sadly.
Oh, Skekski gets that.
Driver of the day for Skeksis and an amazing P1 finish from Sushi considering those old tires.
Oh, dude. Oh, that must be heartbreaking. For Prince KB,
Prince KB, sadly.
Oh, what a fight.
With about 4 corners to go as well. It's quite painful to go through.
You know what? Like the last lap, when you have it like that behind a safety car, it's always super intense and heated. It's always going
Yes,
to be
everybody's
like that.
trying to send.
Yeah, so
I also just want to give a quick shout out to D2A1 for the defending he did on Wolf there. Perfectly legal, left the space, but made sure to keep his elbows out and got the P5 that he deserved. Well done.
Wow, epic racing coming from tier 2 guys right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the race for today in tier 2. So we have our race leader, which is Sushi, managing to finish at pole position and takes the fastest lap, followed by Baby in second, Paradox in third, Quentin Berry in fourth, D2A in fifth, Skekski coming from all the way at the back, taking that 6th place position, Stefan in 7th, Alicia, eighth place. She was outside of the
Great points haul from the Ferraris as well. Yeah.
Jeez, she was outside the points position when she pitted. And then we have Grieve in 9th place, Wolf in 10th place. Unfortunately, it looks like, it does count as a finish, but Prince KB taking 11th place, Druis 12th place, 13th place, second by Lucius. And let's skip my AI right there. King Alpha in 15th place, followed by G Funk right there at the end. So, wow, what an epic race we got from these guys. It is incredible. Like, initially I thought we were going to get a safety car from the start, and it just never happened.
Yeah, the drivers are definitely getting better at the awareness situationally. We had a couple of moments here and there, some not so well thought of sends that are going to be seen in the steward's room, but for the most part, everybody just kept it as clean as they possibly could while still maintaining good racing, which is what we love to see.
Yeah, so wow, rest in peace for those guys who unfortunately did not manage to make it to the finish line. But
that's
so
racing.
Heartbroken. It's racing, yes. I'm so heartbroken right there. I was anticipating that epic battle for first place and second, and you know what, sometimes you just have to take the risk of pushing further, try to just push a little bit harder on the car, and sometimes the risk does pay out and sometimes it doesn't, especially coming out of that exit. It is quite a tricky exit there.
Yeah, I think I've found that with Canada, it's not a very big favorite with both tiers, actually, funnily enough, with a lot of people struggling to just get pace in general. So I think it's a very punishing track because you would assume it's not a city circuit, it should be simple enough, but the walls are unforgiving, the track limits are unforgiving. So thankfully this weekend is France, which allows a lot more mistakes to happen.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this beautiful stream that we've had today, right? This commentary done by Rego and Microstatic joining me today. What an epic time and awesome time we've had here together. Wow, I enjoyed the racing, and I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, you've enjoyed the racing. And I would just like to say, take care. Have a beautiful evening and sweet dreams. See you on Saturday afternoon.
Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. Look out for those what's this called again? Reminders, pardon me, from our YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, you're gonna miss out on that. So make sure you subscribe and like the videos that we have. And we do have that Lacquer discount from Trojan Gaming in our description. So if you wanna get a real good discount on any audio or gaming equipment, go for it. It's there for you. We've organized that for you guys, and check out our other socials on the description. So I would like to say thank you to Microstatic for joining me today.
Thank you, Rigo. I appreciate the time. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to inform you that we were planning to have this stream on Twitch as well. However, technical difficulties were a thing. But from next week onwards, YouTube and Twitch will be a thing for us, and that's going to be very exciting. But of course, to Mr. Rigo, once again, an exceptional job, and thank you for having me. To all of you, thank you for having me as well.
All right, cool. Good night, everybody else, and enjoy the rest of the evening.